First episode begins in a movie theater in Derry on January 4th, 1962. A theater attendant discovers that a young boy, Mattie, has snuck into a screening of The Music Man. Mattie hides in the theater lobby as the attendant chats with Hank about the situation. We learn that Mattie comes from a tough home life. Hank asks his daughter, Ronnie, if she's seen him. Spying Mattie behind a standee, Ronnie lies, claiming he went in the other direction. Mattie uses this opportunity to escape. Then, we see Mattie walking the road leading outside the town limits. A car pulls over, a family of 4 within. The woman asks if Mattie needs a ride. The man offers to drive him to his parents' house. Mattie gets in the back seat, claiming he wants to go anywhere but Derry. The woman tells Mattie he's in luck. They're heading to Portland. Mattie sits beside the couple's daughter and son. The daughter opens a plastic container marked liver. She puts her fingers in its contents before sniffing them. She tries to shove her liver-covered fingers under Mattie's nose. Meanwhile, the woman puts her son's spelling skills to the test. Mattie sees the vehicle returning to Derry. The man drives around town as a terrified and desperate Mattie tries to determine how to get out of the car. It's locked, though, and the man refuses to pull over and let him out. The son spells out increasingly odd and macabre words, adding to the mounting tension. Mattie grabs the steering wheel and tries to wrest control of it from the man, but to no avail. Then, we see the woman is pregnant. She goes into labor in the passenger seat. A horrifying creature claws its way out of her, complete with a head growing from its chest, taloned limbs, and bat-like wings. As the woman tries to catch it, it flies into the rear windshield. Poor Mattie puts in his pacifier and clamps his hands over his ears, turning away from the scene. Suddenly, as the car crosses a bridge, we see Mattie's pacifier fly out of the window and into the river below. It floats beneath the bridge and past the title card for the series. 4 months later, Phil looks through binoculars as a plane lands at the Derry Air Force Base. There, Major Leroy Hanlon and Captain Polly Russo disembark said plane. They learn they're only 7 hours from the Soviet base, making Derry the first line of defense. Additionally, we learn about the enigmatic special projects, which seems like it might factor into the narrative down the line. At the local high school, Lilly braves stares and scrutiny as she walks down a bustling corridor. She opens her locker to find several jars of pickles. One falls onto the floor. Her best friend Marge is angry on her behalf. At the same time, Phil and Teddy chat about aliens. Well, Phil's really into them. He believes the military base is hiding something. Why study for tests when World War III is imminent? Next, Hanlon faces racism from one of his subordinates. General Shaw puts the officer in his place. After this, Shaw apologizes for the less than warm welcome. He invites Hanlon to meet at his office the following day for a chat. Later, Teddy does homework while Phil decides to be a peeping Tom. Teddy changes the subject from women's anatomy to Mattie. It's been 4 months. He disappeared without a trace. The police never found his body, so that means he's a runaway. Phil doesn't want to open that can of worms. Teddy blames him and Phil for forgetting Mattie's birthday. Mattie's mom paid them in candy to attend his birthday party. Phil insists that discussing Mattie's death won't bring him back to life. Next, Lilly stands in her bathroom. She looks at a charm on her bracelet, recalling a time when Mattie invited her to the viewing deck of the tower where we first saw Phil. It's been abandoned for years, but Phil, Teddy, and Mattie have turned it into a secret hangout. Mattie gives Lilly a turtle charm and urges her not to tell the others that he invited her here. There's a vetting process for access to this space. Lilly assumes it's because of her reputation as Loony Lily. We learn about her father's tragic passing. While watching fireworks, Mattie moves in to kiss Lilly. Lilly backs away. Mattie apologizes. Lilly states that she views them as friends. In the present, Lilly's mother tells Lilly to lay out her clothes the following day to visit her father's grave. It's been a year since his death. Lilly doesn't want to, though. Her mom remarks that she's not the only one who's grieving in this world. After this, Lilly turns on the bathwater. Suddenly, she hears what sounds like Mattie singing "Ya Got Trouble" from The Music Man. His voice emanates from the bath drain. She assumes he's in the sewer. Lilly calls out Mattie's name. She urges Mattie to come home. He won't let me, Mattie replies. Then we see a couple of bloody fingers emerge from the drain. The following day at school, Lilly informs Marge about what she saw. Marge is incredulous, but Lilly knows what she saw and heard. She urges Lilly not to give everyone something else to whisper about her. Later, Lilly, Phil, and Teddy chat in the viewing deck of the tower about her encounter with Mattie. Like Marge, the boys don't believe Lilly. Elsewhere, Hanlon meets Shaw in the latter's office. We learn the reason why Hanlon was called to the Derry Air Force Base, to finish what he started during the Korean War. Shaw wants Hanlon to test the military's new B-52 and, if necessary, use it to attack the enemy. That evening, Teddy sits down to dinner with his family. Teddy is preparing for his bar mitzvah. His father asks how the Haftarah studying is going. Teddy pivots, asking his dad if someone could kidnap a child and keep them underground. His mother, father, and older brother are shocked by this query. Teddy's dad scolds Teddy for asking such a question, reminding him that his grandparents escaped Buchenwald and about the atrocities of the Holocaust. After this, Teddy reads his comic book in his bedroom. Suddenly, the lamp next to him flickers until it goes out. Then the light returns after a few seconds of darkness, revealing that Teddy's lampshade is made out of the faces of his Jewish brethren. The lamp falls off Teddy's nightstand after he kicks a pillow at it. He scrambles off the bed and finds sanctuary under his desk. Unfortunately, the lamp rolls toward him, the faces on the lampshade talking to him. Teddy covers his face and screams. The light switches off, the lamp back near the nightstand. His brother pokes his head in, muttering that he can't believe they're related after seeing Teddy under his desk. Then, Teddy recounts what he saw in his room to Phil and Lilly. Well, between bouts of vomiting into a bucket, Phil insists his friend is telling the truth. Our trio decides to investigate Mattie's disappearance. They start by researching newspaper articles at the library. Phil's little sister, Susie, tags along. One article mentions an unidentified 12-year-old girl and her father who last saw Mattie before he vanished. The authorities ruled it a homicide. This leads our intrepid investigators to Ronnie's home. Ronnie orders them to leave, revealing that the cops tried to pin Mattie's murder on her dad. Before she heads inside, Ronnie overhears Lilly mention Mattie's singing from the sewer. Ronnie reveals she heard singing too. She knows what the song is from. Later, two men in gas masks attack Hanlon in his quarters. They demand he hand over the specs to the new B-52. Hanlon fights them off before one of them trains a gun at him, threatening to kill him if he doesn't comply. Russo bursts into Hanlon's room and gives the attackers a taste of their own medicine before they flee. Next, Ronnie breaks into the movie theater with Lilly, Phil, Teddy, and Susie in tow. She puts on The Music Man, specifically at the Ya Got Trouble scene. Lilly confirms that this is the song Mattie sang to her from the bath drain. Suddenly, our crew sees Mattie in the scene. He's holding a swaddled baby. They encourage Mattie to move toward them and out of the screen. Mattie refuses to join them in the real world. He buries his head in the baby's blanket before lifting it, revealing that infamous Pennywise smile on his face. He hurls the baby at the screen. It bursts through said screen as the same two-headed, winged creature from the beginning of the episode. It flies toward the kids. Phil and Susie attempt to make a break for it as the beast grabs Teddy. Lilly screams, gazing up at the creature as it rips Teddy to shreds, covering her in blood. The monster grows in size. This time, it slaughters poor Phil. Ronnie screams while in the projection booth. She tries to open the door to help the others, but it's locked. While under the seats, Lilly spots Susie a few rows above her. She urges Susie to reach under the chairs and grab her hand. They lock hands as the creature snatches Susie. When Ronnie finally breaks out of the projection booth, she barrels into the theater to find Lilly is the last one standing. The others are dead. Ronnie and Lilly hear the beast snarling on the other side of the space. Ronnie ushers Lilly out before locking the door behind them. In the lobby, Ronnie asks what happened. Lilly explains that the creature killed them. Then Lilly looks down, realizing she's holding Susie's hand. She emits a blood-curdling scream.